I'm standing in the middle of the cove at Goose River. This is the first night. It's just kind of a view of where we came down that hill. And now, here we come, here's the bay. Looking across at Nova Scotia. Now turning to look towards the west. And there's the hill that we're going to have to climb. Now we don't climb directly up that hill, of course, but we climb a series of switchbacks that take us up there. This is day one. I'm still technically on the very edge of the Fundy National Park. Looking up Goose River, just above the crossing where you officially start the Fundy Foot Path. I'm going to swing around and look down, and she's disappeared. Lorraine should be down there somewhere, but she's disappeared.
Walking across Goose River wasn't really that bad. He was just out to play in the water.
Okay, in case anybody thinks this is easier than we thought, than we were suggesting, we've already just come up about a half a kilometer of hill just like this. This is Ma Brown coming at me, and we have about another half a kilometer on this hill to go.
just came down out of those hills over there to this wonderful little brook.
See it better if you look, if you show her way up there, over where I'm standing, show the size of that hill up there.
That size of a hill up there, that's what we've been climbing.
300 meters, no, 300 feet.
And
several
right now,
times a day.
Now we've dropped our bags. We are cooking on one of my husband's wonderful little stoves. We're going to have some beef stew.
Very cold. It's very fun, but it's very cold. I'm serious. This is supper at Telegraph Brook. Almost as much fun as swimming was a few minutes ago. Well, maybe not really almost as much fun, but look at that stove at work. Oh, gone, fire's gone out. I mean, it's not out, you just can't see it. Of course it's not out, it's my stove. So here's looking at the inside of my tent on Saturday morning. I'll open the flap. Look out at Telegraph Brook. Still at Telegraph Brook. Here's a picture of the outside of the tent. And inside you should see Sleeping Beauty. Okay, shot up Telegraph Brook. Just backing away a little bit so you can see where my tent is. There's the tent. Shooting up Telegraph Brook. Now I'm going to turn. There's just no way to describe how high up these hills are. So I'm going to take a walk down to the bay. Walking slowly because I have my water shoes on. Do a little bit of a panorama here, looking out over the Bay of Fundy. I'm going to zoom in on that rock. Last night, even now, last night in its silhouette, took a picture of it. We think it looks like the Lion King. And then back up to this rock. I'm going to come back and take a picture of this hill from a different angle. I think this is just as good a spot of any to show you the immensity of these hills that we're walking up. There's that same Lion King rock. I'm going to zoom out from that a little bit. Try to get this hill all in one shot. Those rocks right there are about 15 feet tall. So, going back out, and up to the top. So obviously we're not walking up stuff like that, but that shows you a good picture of the altitude, the elevation that we have to walk several times a day. We do it like this. Up hills like that using a series of switchbacks. So although those hills are about anywhere from 150 to 300 feet high, by the time you've walked up one, you've walked a kilometer. Swinging around, swinging around. I'm going to zoom in on the marking. Those are the white patches or blazes that we've been following to get where we are. And I'm going to walk up to the beginning of that trail and try to show you a little bit of what that might be. So here on this rock is the first blaze as you're ascending westerly out of Telegraph Brook, and you look up, you see the next blaze, which is about 20 feet away and about 8 feet higher in the air. Now standing at the first blaze, there's the trail we're going to walk. Up into here, even without my backpack on, difficult to get in there. Over roots like that, up and away. To get to the top of this hill, it'll follow this to a series of switchbacks, much like that. The path is about 18 inches wide, filled with roots, rocks, things you have to climb over. Okay, to give you some idea how high up we are, I'm now aimed level at that tree, and I'm going to walk to the edge of this cliff and aim down. And there's some rocks down there, about a quarter of the way down, and then out further. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see the ocean at all. Off there is a little point between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, and across there further is clouds. There's Nova Scotia. Running back into the trees. I'm holding the camera down at about a 45-degree angle. Everything we thought it would be, and 100 times harder. May not be able to see what this is, but it's all fur off of an animal that has obviously died there and been eaten. And if you look way over there, you see the bones. It's Sunday morning at 11:30. I'm standing on Sealy's Beach. Way up there is Martin Head, and that's where I met Paul on Friday morning. So since that time we've come through these coves, and we'll have to look later and figure out where they are, which ones are which, but climbed every one of those mountains at least once. So let's zoom back in on Martin Head. And then I'll just panorama in here. Smile at me, Mrs. Brown. Tell them you're still living. Ma Brown with her 30-pound bag, heading down one of the sets of cable stairs that have mercifully been at the east end of the, at the west end rather, of the trail.
Here comes Thurland down the long set of stairs. And I'm falling down the stairs. It's a long set of stairs.